In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my full and honest review on Happy Mammoth's Complete Belly Reset. So if you are someone who has struggled with digestive issues, whether that is bloating, irregular pooping, or just having uncomfortable feelings after eating food, you may have already come across this product. Maybe it has shown up on your feed. I am giving you my full, uncensored, unsponsored review of the product as a health coach. If you are new here, then my name is Emma, and on this channel we do all things health, wellness and well-being for the 40+ woman, as well as lots of product reviews. So if you aren't already, make sure that you hit on the like button and subscribe to make sure that you do not miss a video. Now, I have been a fan of the Happy Mammoth products. I have done a previous review on the Hormone Harmony. I'll put a link to that one. And so when I was on their website making my next order, I came across the Complete Belly Reset, and I thought I would give it a try and see if it is all it is made out to be. I'm someone who generally eats pretty healthy most of the time. I'm also a girl who is never going to be perfect. I like to have a little bit of bread. I love to drink beer, but those foods don't always necessarily agree with me, and I am someone who suffers from bloating. Warning here, there is going to be poop talk when we're talking about anything to do with digestion. How regular you are pooping is an indication of a good or not so good digestive system. So just a little bit of background, a little bit of TMI, but it's got to be done. I'm a person who generally is like a one a day type of person. Sometimes when I feel that I haven't been eating as well, or I make significant changes to my diet, that can sometimes cause me to be less regular and do experience that bloating. So I would consider myself as someone who's got a little bit more sensitive digestion. So I dove in and bought this product, and it's not cheap. I paid €59.99, and that's a hefty investment. Please note that this is not medical advice. This is my own anecdotal experience. Everybody's body is different, and we all respond differently to different types of foods and different supplements. So if you are considering taking this, then do that with your own discretion. If you are unsure, always speak to a medical practitioner first and get that medical advice, or speak to a dietitian. So please be sensible when taking on the advice of anybody on the internet, and know that this is just me sharing my own personal experience. The thing that I've liked about Happy Mammoth products in the past is that they use all natural ingredients, and their ingredients on their products that seems to be minimal amount of fillers, which is a good thing to see. We often get a lot of bulking agents in cheaper products that you're basically wasting your money on. They do use all natural, organic and vegan friendly options, and there's a much lesser amount of the bulking agents, which is why I kind of feel like they can justify their higher prices. But we need to know, is it always worth it? And when it comes to the Complete Belly Reset, like I said, I'm someone who suffers from bloating. I'm also a perimenopausal woman, even at the age of 40, and I have always held more body fat around my midsection. So some of the marketing claims on the website are really appealing when it says it's going to banish bloat and it's going to have you a complete clear out, saying that their product has done clinical trials that's helped women lose weight faster, especially around the midsection. So all of this sounds really great, but does it actually work? So essentially, what is in the Complete Belly Reset? It is a high fiber powder that also has prebiotics. So anytime we are looking at digestive issues, we want to be supporting the gut microbiome and the amount of good bacteria that we have in our gut that is meant to be supportive of that. And then because of the high fiber content, it's going to help to, as they say, flush you out and have that digestive release. And they talk about having a buildup of toxins. Whether that is the case or not, having a more regular bowel movement is going to be more supportive to your digestive tract and your digestive health. It is a 240 gram container. Each scoop of the powder is 10 grams. and it is advised to take it to 1 to 2 times a day. So a tub is not even going to last a month. It's only a 24 serve size of tub, which for almost €60 is a fair old whack. It's a diary of how I was feeling after each day, and I've got to say the first couple of days were a challenge. Okay, so I'm on day 2. Excuse the no makeup, but I'm just in a bit of a rush. I wanted to get this done before I had my lunch, just to show my belly, because yesterday, day 1, I ended up taking a second dose of it because I thought I've just, same as what I've got now, my belly feels hard, it feels bloated. I feel like I have had a movement, but it's like small, tiny, like, you know, like what you get when you're dehydrated. So I've been trying to drink loads of water to counteract that. But I still feel like I have a belly. I've always had a belly, but this, it just feels huge. It feels uncomfortable. I've got really bad gas. Like, even my child turned around to me and said, "God, Mum, you're so freaking toxic." So I'm really hoping that this stage is going to pass. When I do have a movement, it's a weird looking colour and consistency. So it's called the complete belly reset. Like, maybe it's kind of gathering pace and there's going to be a nice big release at some point. But at the moment, I just feel like I need it all to come out. I mean, I work from home. I can be toxic at home as much as I want. Imagine if you're at work. It's going to be pretty uncomfortable, and of course everything affects people in different ways, but for me this is day 2. I'm feeling bloated. I'm feeling like I need to go and have a big poop. Decided I was going to have this by having it into my morning protein smoothie. That is generally the breakfast that I have most days. I love it. It's quick, it's easy, it works for me, so I wanted to just be able to add it into it. It didn't change the taste of my smoothie at all. I did have it one time just in with water to just see what it tastes like. And it tastes a bit vanilla-y, but a little bit more earthy is how I would describe it. So definitely not offensive. And anything that tastes kind of like earthy, I always take that as a good sign, as it tastes natural. Anything that tastes too good has often had too many sweeteners added to it. So pretty soon after I had my smoothie, I really started to feel bloated, like my stomach was hard, it was protruded. I felt like I needed to go to the toilet and pass something really big. That did not happen. So in the end of the day, I was in quite a lot of pain. And like I say, the gassiness, it was a thing. Like, there was stuff happening immediately because it smelled bad. And I would imagine if you had to be in the office or in any public environment, this could be quite embarrassing. So I was very glad that I was just at home on this day 1. Day 3, again, had a small movement, a little bit bigger on this day. The gassiness and the bloating has started to subside a little, but it's still not felt like there was that complete emptying out. By day 4, I noticed that pretty much the bloating had stopped. It was almost like my body was starting to get used to it, and it wasn't having such a big reaction to what I was consuming. My poop had started to be like a normal pass, and it was feeling a little bit more like it was more that was coming out, and that I was no longer having this protruding stomach and bloating going on. Things were starting to get a lot easier by this point. And then by the end of the week, it was kind of pretty much the same. I didn't really feel like much was happening. It was more regular. There wasn't the bloating, the pain. It still wasn't feeling like there was any flattening of the stomach or complete excavation, as they talk. Excavation? Excavation. You know what I mean. You want to get it all out. That still didn't feel like it was completely happening up until day 14. So by this point, I'm 2 weeks in, been having it every day regularly, and I'm now starting to get a daily movement that feels like it is emptying. My stomach is feeling flatter, in that there just isn't the same bloating going on in terms of like, have I lost any fat around it? No, it was just generally feeling flat, and I do suffer from that bloating. So at this point, it really started to feel as though changes were starting to take place. Day 21, again, this slow but significant shift. Sometimes I'm now having like 2 bowel movements a day, which isn't my normal. So I'm definitely feeling like things have got moving, that I'm noticing less bloating or reactions to certain foods, that generally my digestive system is feeling pretty happy when I'm going to the toilet in the morning, which is, and this is after I've had my morning smoothie. It's now pretty like regular. I know that within 10 minutes of having that, I'm going to have a movement that is a release. It's fully emptied out, feeling flatter, feeling like I got out what I needed to do and got on with my day. I'm generally feeling pretty good about the product at this point in time. So when I'm drawing my conclusions from this little experiment, it is a short one. And actually on their website, they talk about taking this product like for months and months on end, and the weight loss that can come as a byproduct of taking this over a long period of time. However, that's not something that I'm willing to do because, one, affordability. Maybe I would continue to see more and more improvements. I didn't experience any weight loss over the month period or so that I took this product. I do feel that I've now, my digestive system has improved and I'm having that regular emptying of my bowel and generally feeling flatter around the tummy area. I do think that Happy Mammoth have really solid formulations, but in terms of having this as a month-on-month product, for a lot of people, it's not going to be affordable. And also, I do start to think about, like, is this just putting a band-aid on like a gaping wound? If we have digestive issues, then we need to look at our all-round diet. We can't just expect to take a product and it's going to like fix everything. If you are still eating junk all the time, those digestive issues are just going to continue. So it's important that when you take something like this, and for myself going forward, this might be something that I might take once every 6 months or once a year, because there are probiotics and prebiotics in there that are going to support the culture within your gut microbiome. So that's going to help you to get what you need in there to help repair and restore the function of the gut. However, what you're eating on a daily basis, if you're eating a lot of processed and high sugar foods, you're going to be killing that back down again. So instead of just taking or looking at something as a miracle cure, we want to be looking at our overall nutrition to help see improvements all around. So if you are wanting to work on your gut health, I'm not a gut health expert. However, having worked as a nutrition coach for many, many years, there are some simple steps that we can take to help make progress in this area, and something that I'm going to be continue to do going forward. So the first thing is to just notice what food you respond to. I know that I get a lot of bloating, especially after alcohol, specifically beer, and I am a northern girl. I love me a pint of beer, and it's not something that I'm ever going to completely abstain from. So I have noticed that on the back end of taking this, that the bloating has been less around certain foods. But for the purpose of wanting to make improvements, if you don't want to invest in a product like this and want to try and do it more naturally, then looking at your trigger foods is going to be key. Try and take a time in your life where you remove them or significantly reduce them, so that you give your digestive system an opportunity to repair. Because I do believe that when we put our body in the optimal positions, that it does want to repair. Your body wants to be healthy. Your digestive system wants to work effectively. And when you give it the right conditions to be able to do that, it's going to be able to repair itself over time. So look at those trigger foods, have a note of them, know what they are for you, get to know your body, work on significantly reducing them or eliminating them for a period of time. You're also going to really benefit by cutting out high sugar and high processed foods. We know they're not great for us. Yes, they taste amazing, but if we can go through a period of time where we reduce again or eliminate those for just a period of time, we're going to help to give our body the conditions it needs to be able to thrive. Then looking at the repair element of gut health, that if we are feeding our body with the right nutrients and the vitamins and minerals that it needs to thrive, looking at adding in those gut repairing foods into our body. So that by this, I'm talking about a food first approach where we look at the foods that have probiotics and prebiotics already naturally within them. So foods that are known to repair the gut lining include bone broth, aloe, collagen powder, apple cider vinegar, pineapple, glutamine, ginger, dandelion greens, and of course water, lots of it, and your healthy fats as well. Foods that are natural in probiotics are kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, tempeh, miso, natto, kefir, and yogurt. All of them are quite readily available, that you can get that probiotics, the good bacteria, into your gut from that food first approach. And your natural prebiotics include garlic, onion, asparagus, banana, jerusalem, artichoke, and dandelion greens. You can get them in. We just think that they're weeds in our garden. Dandelions have so many benefits. Beans and legumes, hickory root, and coca. And the key thing here is that there's many scientific studies that show the best way to support your gut health is simply to eat more fruits and vegetables. Having half a plate of veggies is always one of my key recommendations when I work with my clients. The more varied fruits and vegetables that you can consume, the more different cultures of those positive and good bacteria that we're going to get into our gut. All you got to do, eat more fruits and veggies. The other thing that I really thought that I benefited from with this product was that really high fiber intake. So what I've started doing is I bought I have psyllium husk, which is really high in fiber, and it kind of has the same consistency as this product as well. So I've been adding that to my morning smoothie, and it has been giving me the same effect. So like I say, within 10 minutes, I know that I'm going to have a full and emptying bowel movement. So once again, I think it's a solid product. I don't think it's a magic fix. I think it can be supportive to working on improving your diet and working on improving gut health, but you can't expect to take this alone and it's going to fix all of your problems. Like I said, it might be a protocol that's worth doing once in a while to help get that good bacteria into your gut, but then use some of the gut health protocols that I've just talked about, experiment with some of the foods that I've talked about, and you're going to actually help to support your body for long-term and improved gut health, and not have to continue to keep on looking for these quick fixes. The fixes are going to come from changes to your diet and what you consume on a daily basis. That is essentially what's going to heal your gut and your bloating issues for the long term. I really hope that you found this review useful. If you did, please let me know down in the comments. And as always, if there's ever a product that you're like, not sure about this, could you try this out for me? Then let me know and I shall add it to my list for my next lot of reviews. So thank you for being here. And if you're not already, make sure that you like this video and subscribe for more reviews and health wellness tips for the 40+ woman. So until next time.